Comparison doesn't just affect how you feel, it affects how you show up too. You start adjusting your life based on what you're seeing, not because it actually makes sense for you. Hey guys, welcome to the Advantage podcast with KMR. I am KMR. Well, my name is Rejoice Azuka Owuseba, but everyone calls me KMR, Kingmaker Rejoice. And this is one podcast where we have conversations where you think, where you come out of your comfort zone and you confront those limiting beliefs and limiting behaviors and limiting patterns that you ordinarily would not confront. I look forward to you growing and becoming through this podcast. Hi there, welcome back to another episode of the Advantage podcast. I want to talk to you about something that I believe can change the way you see you and the way you relate with progress and growth. You see, you can be doing well and still feel like you're not. And it's not because something is wrong. You're growing, you're making moves, you're figuring things out. But when you look around, it feels like everything has changed. And why is that? Because suddenly your progress feels small and your pace feels slow and your life feels like it's not enough. And in that moment, it feels like nothing about your life has changed. It's just because you compared it. What are you comparing your life to? Whose life are you comparing your life to? See, comparison is not loud, it's quiet, but it's a massive thief. It's subtle, but it shifts the way you view everything. You might be having a good day, you may have done everything that you've planned, you may feel steady, you may feel like you're making progress, then you open your phone and get on the streets of Instagram. You see someone your age doing something bigger. Guess what? A new job, a new move, especially on the streets of LinkedIn. Say, oh, hi, I just started a new role. And then all of a sudden you feel bad. You've been at your job for 5 years. You've gotten promotion 3 times in your job. You don't know why they got the new role, whether they got fired from their previous role. You cannot tell the story of the back end. But yet, because someone is doing something bigger than you, you automatically feel like a failure. See, that's scary. That's scary because all of a sudden your day feels smaller, not because it is, but because you changed the standard. Why did you change the standard? Because you compared yourself with somebody else. And this is where it becomes dangerous, because comparison doesn't just affect how you feel, it affects how you show up too. You start adjusting your life based on what you're seeing, not because it actually makes sense for you. And let's be honest, a lot of decisions people make is not from the place of being clear and absolutely certain that that's the best thing to do. It's from comparison. So you see someone start something and you feel, oh, I should start it too. You see someone move ahead and now you're feeling like you're behind. You see someone doing well in a certain space, now you're questioning your direction. And before you realize, you're no longer moving from understanding, you're reacting. I met a friend one time who was comfortable, who was fine. They had a plan. They knew what they were working towards. Then suddenly, they met another friend of ours whose life looked like they had gone a milestone ahead. And all of a sudden, conversations changed from what their plans were to how they were slow, how they were not seeing the perfect life, the great life that they thought they would have. So they start rushing. He started rushing, he started trying to skip steps, trying to cut corners, trying to take on things that he wasn't skilled at, he wasn't prepared for, trying to speed up his process. And in that rush, he lost the stability that he had before. You see, nothing is wrong with your pace. Nothing was wrong with his life, but comparison made him lose it. Some of us are building, it's early, it's not perfect yet, it's growing. Then we see someone who is building something similar on a bigger level, and now you're focused on them. You're focused on closing the gap instead of your growth, instead of your becoming. You feel like they have something that you don't, they are something that you're not. All of a sudden, the shift in focus just changes everything. You move from building to measuring, and I have learned over time that measuring slows you down because you're constantly measuring yourself against others. You stop paying attention to your processes. You lose sight of your starting point, of your capacity, of your timing, and the things that really matter. You cannot compare your 5 months to somebody's 5 years. If you started 5 months ago and you feel behind with someone who started 5 years ago, then you are comparing. And that comparison is not accurate because it ignores time, it ignores experience, it ignores context. And when your comparison is inaccurate, your conclusion will be wrong. And this is why comparison is so misleading, because it shows you results without showing you the process behind them. You see the outcome, but you don't see the time it took, the mistakes they made, the adjustments they made along the way, the context to their success. Because there's things like beauty advantage, there's things like upbringing advantage. There are different advantages a person could have, but because you're so busy comparing, you don't realize that they have an added advantage that you maybe do not have. And guess what? Comparison doesn't just make you feel bad, it makes you feel pressured. So you start thinking, I need to do more, I need to move faster, I need to catch up. And then that pressure moves you into making decisions. You don't think properly, not because they're right, but because they help you feel like you're not behind. And the truth is this: when you move from comparison, you lose your sense of direction. So you now begin to realize that your life is shaped by the things you see externally, not the things that you've understood about yourself. So what do you do with this? Don't try to eliminate comparison completely. That's not realistic. You always see what other people are doing, but you can change how you respond to what other people are doing. Instead of asking, why am I not here yet? Ask yourself, what stage am I actually in? Because once you understand your stage, you stop forcing for outcomes that don't match it. Because it's almost like a toddler believing that he can run a marathon race. See, that's not possible. So you need to ask the right questions. Instead of saying, how do I catch up? You want to ask yourself, what does progress look to me right now? Because progress should be based on your reality, not on another person's highlight. And thirdly, and I believe this is the most important one, return focus to your own life, your own process, your own decisions. That's where you have control. You don't need to move faster. You need to move in a way that makes sense to your context. They are not the same things. If you stay on your path, your growth will be steady. It may not be visible. It may not even be impressive, but it will be real. It will be authentic. And authentic progress always lasts. So before we go, I need you to sit with yourself and be honest and ask yourself, where have I adjusted my life because of what I saw other people doing? Think about it. Don't be in a hurry to say, oh, I don't compare. No, just sit with it. And the moment you see it, don't defend, correct it. Till I come your way next time. Bye for now.